Hello and good day to you. Today's video, we are demonstrating the use of photographic images to make a background in our digital craft technique of 12 crafts of card making. For this project, we'll need a photographic image, digital, graphic software. I'm using Corel Paintshop Pro X9. Printer to print the card if you desire, and if you're printing the card, you will need 250 grams to 300 grams cardstock. I've opened the Corel Paintshop Pro. Click on File, Open, and locate the folder where the image is in. For this project, I'm using this dandelion clock. So click on it, your image, and click on Open. Here we have the image. Before we start creating the background, I just want to create some kind of effects with this image. So I'll go to Image, Decrease Color Depth, 16 Color Palette. Want to reduce the color palette of the image to 16. So click on it. A window appears and you see some ink-like blotch on the image. The palette, the information I'm using on this to get this effect is on the palette is optimize median cut. Reduction method, nearest color. If you're happy with the effect, you click OK. Then you go to Effects. I want the colors to pop a little or to brighten a little. So go to Effects, Artistic Effects, then go to Posterize. You can, the level I'll use on this, you make sure you click preview on image so that you see how it transforms the image. So if I go down a bit on this level, you see how bright the image is going to be. So, and how some colors come up. For this, I'll use level 9. I want it a bit dull. Then I'll click OK when I'm happy with it. On the layer palette, I'll right click on it and go to promote background layer. This is because when I want to resize, it's going to affect me when I want to resize that particular layer. And also, okay, just that's it. Right click on the layer palette after that and click on duplicate. We're going to close the first layer and leave the copy of the raster visible. And we activate that layer. We'll go back to Effects, Image Effects, and Seamless Styling. Click on it. A window pops. And make sure you tick preview on image so that you see what is happening on your image. We want it to tile seamlessly. The information I used to get this 9 seamless styling or seamless styles. Tiling method is corner. Direction, bidirectional. Settings, horizontal offset in percentage is 2. Vertical offset in percentage is -2. Transition in percentage is 50. And corner style is linear. I'll just bring it to the middle so that you see, okay, the full information. And preview an image ticked. You can see the preview, you can see the image there. We'll click OK. You can save this so that we use it other time. File, go to File, Save As. We'll save this as a PSD image because Corel Paintshop Pro can open Adobe Photoshop images if it's saved as PSD. So I'm going to go to use this title, Dandelion Clock Seamless Styling. I won't save over it, so I'll just put image 1. Okay. So I can open it in any software I want to that opens Photoshop or a PSD files. Click on Save, and it's going to be in layer format. So now we decide if you want to create a background of A4 that you want to make your own handmade cards, just print them and then layer it yourself to make it. That's fine. Let's go to. But if you want to create a card, you print the card out. Everything is designed. You just print the full card out, like cards for flowers or for florists and other stuff. That's all right. You can continue like this too. So we'll go to File. I'll demonstrate both of them. So we'll go to File, New. Go to Paper. I'll go to A5. The resolution is on 300 pixels per inch. This is because we're going to print, and 300 is minimum print quality. Image characteristics, raster background, transparent thick. You can uncheck it if you want to. Then you click OK when you're happy with the information. Now this A5 size card is on portrait. If you want it on portrait, fine. But if you don't want it on portrait, which I don't want it on portrait, I'm just going to go to Image, rotate right, and it becomes a landscape card. Go to the material palette, click into the color, a window pops, you go to pattern. And here you see the different repeats. So for this Dandelion Clock Seamless Styling image, that's image 1. Here it is, Dandelion Clock Styling image 1. You click on it, activate it. The angle, we are using 0. We don't want it to rotate. The scale, I like the scale 15, so I'm not going to change it. You can alter it to make it big if you want to. You can make it small if you want to. So I'm going to leave it on 15. And then when you're happy with it, you click OK. In the material palette, it pops. It's now visible. Get your flood fill tool and flood fill with a pattern. If you don't like the size of the pattern, the undo button is your option. You can go back, undo, and redo it. So here we have the A5 pattern. I'm going to create an A4 page now. File, New, Paper, A4. Resolution is still 300 dpi. Image characteristics, everything is still the same with the previous, as raster background, transparent, and you click OK. So come back to this A5, click on edit, copy. We'll come back, we'll open the A4 paper and click on edit, paste as new layer. When we move it down to where we desire, or you can use the arrows in your keyboard to do that. So we'll go to this. Now we just want to build a card there, then we'll do another one. So this is for those that want to just print out their card. Just a simple card, print it out, and that's all. They don't want to create they don't want to make handmade cards with it. So we go to the dandelion clock seamless tiling image one, the one we turned into a seamless tiling image. So click on the eye tool here, this eye, on the layer palette to make it not visible. Then we activate the raster layer so that will make it visible. Click on the eye to reveal it. We're going to resize it, and then we'll select it and use it for our image. Then we'll go to image, resize. You can resize by percentage, you can resize by print size. If you already have the size you want it to be, you can resize by percentage. Because we want to resize only this raster one layer. Okay, let me leave it here. Because we want to resize only this raster one layer, I'm going to use by percentage and make sure you uncheck resize all layers. Let me go down a bit. So say 10 is all right. Then we click OK. Can make it. Let's go a bit 12. Okay. Then we click OK. Only the layer is being resized. We select it, go to edit, copy. We come to the A4 page. Oh, sorry, that's this one. And we say edit, paste as new layer. We move it to the back of the card, the blank space. Then we'll go to image. What's happening? It's not. We'll go to image, flip vertical. That's because when you fold the card, if you don't flip it, the image will be upside down. You can move this. If it's too large, you can resize it again. So now our card is looking good. We need to use our text tool. Before you save, you can go back to this our main file and click edit, undo resize, and leave your image like that, so that you don't forget to do that. Then we need our text tool. Select your text tool. Want to put some information here. Go to the material palette. We'll take a solid color and click OK. You can also click the icon here and it will tell you can use this one to change the material palette. If you don't want this for the outline, the foreground, or stroke properties, if you don't want that, you can go to the third box in there and click on it to short it so that it becomes transparent. So we're going to shut that. Then for the background or fill, we can come in here and take a brown color with our eyedropper tool. Just click on where you want it to be, the color you desire, and then click on OK. For the font, I'm using Accord Heavy SF size 20. Cap lock on. I'm going to type my blog name, and the text is created on vector. We're not going to convert to raster yet until we make sure that we really like what we're doing. We need to flip this so that it's not upside down. So go to image, flip vertical, and go back to image, mirror horizontal. Now the name is looking okay. I've moved it. I just want to, sorry about that. Now the name is, and when we bend it's going to be right. If you make a mistake, you can come in here, or you forgot a letter, you want to change a letter, you can come here, select the text tool, and make sure the vector layer is still activated, text layer, and with you can type. Here, and when you're through, you can click on the apply changes, this and tick symbol here to apply it, and you move it to where you want to. If you are happy with it, you can go and convert to raster, because before you save, it's going to convert it to raster for you. So I'm converting it to raster. Now we have our card, but we need to do something else. I'm just going to move this one a bit down. I think I didn't move it too. Okay. You can use your guide. I didn't use my guide today. You can use the rulers and the guide to make sure it's exactly where you want it to be. Just line it up, put it, it will line up. You can see, you see it over here, so that it lines properly. So now we want to create a text, just a message. You can leave it like this, that's all right. But we want to make a message, a sentiment. So I'm just going to go for the ellipse tool, or your shape tool. You can use any shape you want. Select it. I'll use brown for the background. So just drag it to a 9 size, and I'll convert it to raster. I'll duplicate it 3 times. Take the second one, the copy, and flood fill with that color, and the first one I'll flood fill with, I'll make sure I flood fill with white. Let me see. Oh, it's saving. Auto save. Okay. All right. So with the pick tool, I'm going to just manually resize. But if you have a decided size or desired size, you can go to image, resize, use print size or percentage to resize the 3 of them to make sure so that they fit. But I'm just resizing randomly. So I'm going to, well, supposed to resize the green first. I'll highlight the green and resize that one. Okay. close this one and work on this one first. If you use the image resize, you have a uniform shape, because each one will resize due to the gap, the difference you put in them. So I'm going to resize this white now. Just put it here. So now we have, you can see here, we're going to fix our text. So I'll just put I'm using the same text setting, and I just increase the size. So I'm going to make it, let's zoom in so that I'll see what we are doing. And I'll right click on the vector that's a text layer and convert to raster if I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it, so I'm converting it to raster. I'm going to go for the magic wand too, because I want to do some effect. I'll click around the text. Then if you notice, not everything is selected. You will see the matching ant just around the card and the image. We want it to select only the text. So you need to click inside this enclosed shapes, like this O, the B, the A. There's some closure there that you want it to, and the H. Okay, I'm just trying to bring it out so that you see what we're doing. Okay, then you go to selection, invert, and this matching ant is only in the text, selecting the text. If you want to, you can change the color. Let me change the color. With my eyedropper tool, I just selected the green color. Take your eyedropper tool, select green color, and you can go with your flood fill and fill this color again. If you don't want, maybe you decide, oh, I want to change the color of this design, so you can go and change it. All right, then I'll add another effect. I'll go to effect, 3D inner bevel, and this is a setting that I'll use. Smoothness is 44. Sorry, the bevel is number 2. Width is 31. Smoothness 44. Depth 2. Ambience 0. Shininess 17. Color is the green. And this is, if you click in it, you will see the HTML or hex code. That's the numbers here. Then angle 315, intensity 50, and elevation 21. After that, if you're happy with it, you click OK. If you're not happy, you can go change the colors and do whatever you want to. Is that perhaps too dark? I changed the color just now because it was too dark. So you can go change it. You can even make it white. You can make it whatever color you want to. And when you're happy with it, you click OK. Then you go to selection, none. If you look closely, it's like an embossed text. Okay. Now with the magic wand, we're going to select again. If you want to, so that this plug, they are looking flat. So I want to put the same embossed effect there. Sorry. To make the edge of the brown have the embossing, we'll go to the green layer. On the layer palette, click on the green layer, and then go to the brown palette. On the green layer, click on the green. On the layer palette, click on the green. So let me start again. Sorry. On the layer palette, we'll activate the green layer. Then with the magic wand, we click on the green. You see the selection is already at the edge of the green. Then we go to the brown layer and we click on the brown. The magic wand with the selection or matching hand is around the brown now, but it's still, you can see it on the page. We still have it at the edge around the page. We just want it on this there, so we'll go to selection. Oh, am I clicking too fast? Selection, and you click on invert. Now it's on the brown layer. Sorry, on the brown plug, the edge of it. Then we'll go to effects, 3D, inner bevel, and we'll use the same setting for the brown. It's not looking too dark, so I'll change this to white, the color to white. Let me see. Just play around with the color to see which one. No. Go back to the white. It's all right. You click OK. It looks too dark, like a too dark of a brown, so we can go to edit, undo, and I'll just switch the colors. With my flood fill tool, I'm going to select a light brown. I think that brown is too dark, and I'll flood fill with it. Let me see. Okay, all right, so I'll make the alteration. Then we'll go to selection, we'll go to effect, 3D, and we'll go to inner bevel using the same setting. Yes, I like it now, it's fine. Then we'll click on OK if we are happy with it. Selection, none. Select the magic wand tool again. Activate the white layer, or the white plug, or the white ellipse. Then go to the green layer and click on it, so that the selection, we have this ellipse, this double ellipse in the green layer. Remember that the matching ant is still on the page, so we need it just on that green layer. So I'm going to come in here, go to selection, we'll go to invert. It's now on the green plug. Go to effect, 3D inner bevel, and then you can click OK. Using the same setting, and we'll click OK. Selection, none. Now you have a nice topper. Let's see our beautiful card. So this is our card with its sentiment popping, with the sentiment being embossed, digitally embossed. If you want to print the background and then make a handmade greeting card on you, we'll have to create a new file called File, New. We'll use A4 because most printers. Same setting, 300 pixel per inch for the resolution. Raster background, transparent, and you click OK. And we can flood fill. In the material palette, I'm going to change the colors. In the material palette, we'll go to click on this icon here and move down to where it says pattern. Our pattern is still intact. Click on the flood fill tool and we'll flood fill. Now we have a background paper. If you are printing this for an insert, you can just using this for an insert, you can just draw a rectangle here and put your message, and now you have an insert to match. Sorry, I didn't change the color. Don't worry about that. You can change the color yourself if you desire. But I'm going to delete this. We are not doing that. I'm just for those that want to create their own handmade card. So now you have a background paper and you can create your text. So I'll go to File. That's a background paper. So we want to move our text. File, New. Paper is A4 and we're going to click OK. Creating another one. Something like this sentiment. If we want to move them, I can just go right click on it, select it, and right, you can say merge down. Merge down. Then I'll go to edit, copy. Okay. Edit, paste as new layer. Then you can cut around it when you finish printing. You can make as much copy that you want. You can resize them the way you want. Fill them with different sentiment. Cut around them and layer them on your card. So I think I have one that I've already made. Let me see if I can get that file back. Let me see if I can get that file back. Okay. Edit, copy. Edit, paste as new layer. So this one I already made. Let me. I did the embossing here using Anino graphics, a plugin. Liquid metal plugin. That's the name of the auto effects. Let me see if I can get the name. Auto effects software. Created this text using it. Dream Suits, Ultimate Design, Liquid metal plugin. So that was what I used in creating this nice text. The effect on the text, sorry. So you can create let me go this. I'm just getting some from what I've created before. So here's another one. can make different colors with the text. So you can now print these ones, cut around them, and layer them on your card. So this is our card. Here is it. Okay, this is our digital card, and we use it to create a background, as in our 12 crafts of card making using digital craft technique. We've used photographic image to create a background in our digital craft technique of 12 crafts of card making. Thank you for joining me in this video. I'm going to print this other one and use it and layer them, then we'll make a card with it. So we've done this digitally. I'm going to print this one out, save it, print it, then we'll print these other backgrounds, cut around them, and make a card with it. Let's start. I'll just save the work after that. So let's send it to the printer, and then we'll meet on the work surface where we make it into a greeting card, and you see the finished product. And you see the finished product. And you see the finished product or project. So we are now here on the work surface to make the handmade greeting card using the background, the photographic background image. To make this handmade greeting card, we've printed the photographic background image. This an 8-inch greeting card. I've already printed the label, my logo, sentiment printed, and I'll use this cardstock or card, turquoise blue and brown. You need liquid glue, foam pads, scissors, and one of them I'll be using decorative scissors for the edge. So I'm just using a zigzag for it. And to cut, because I'll be doing some layering, I need to cut squares. And to make it perfect, I'll be using this tattered lace large squares dies for it. And because I'm using dies to cut, you can use guillotine. I can't cut straight, that's why. Because I'm using dies, I'm using die cutting plates. This is for the ground caliber. I'm using the 3 of them together. I'm going to use it with the tattered lace crossover fabric die cutting and paper die cutting machine. Thank you. Don't put too much glue close to the edge of your card. If not, it will seep through and smear your work. And this is a background. Okay, so here's a sentiment. I've cut it out. Here's the sentiment. I've cut it out from this. I'm gonna place it, but I want to add a kind of layer to it, so you place it on the white and then place it. Make a nice thin border around it. So I'll glue it to a white card. Sorry, I was gluing it. Then with the decorative scissors, it's just because I can't cut straight. You can use dies if you want to. So here's our sentiment. If you want to use glue, you can use glue, or you can use foam pads. Just place the foam pads at the back. So here's our card used as a background. Sorry, our photographic image used as a background in this greeting card. Thank you for joining me for this video of 12 crafts of card making, digital craft, technique of digital craft, a focus on photographic card and the use of it in a background as a background image. The use of it as a background image. Have fun. Until next time, happy crafting. You can visit the blog anino.ogunjobi.com to see what's happening in the crafting industry. Until then, have fun and thank you once more for joining me. Bye for now.